Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity in the Heart of Austin. I'm Debbie Sygrist. I'm your platform leader for today. Today is December the 18th, 2022. We're going to have an opening prayer with our speaker today, Tammy Lorraine.
Yes. All right. Well, today is the fourth Sunday of Advent. It is joy. So I invite us to center into that presence of joy within us. It may feel big, it may feel small. It is there. It is the heartbeat of all of life in us, calling us to love, peace, faith, and joy. We are that. That is what we are. We are born from that. We express that. We are 100% spiritual, 100% human. And today we celebrate our spiritual divine essence that is joy. We surround this beautiful community, unity in the heart of Austin, in love and in light, because it is a light that shines out so brightly, that touches so many lives. We're grateful for the hand to the left of us, the hand to the right of us, to the hearts within those hands and bodies. And we bless this day. As we move into Christmas, we are grateful. So it is, and so we allow it to be. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Lissy will now welcome us with our welcome song.
Sorry. Our welcome song is I'm Glad You're Here. So sing it with all the joy that you have. I'm glad you're here. So glad you're here. Fellowship is sweeter just knowing you're near. It's so good to see you. I hope that it's clear. Everyone loves you. We're so glad you're here. Let's do it again. You're here. So glad you're here. The fellowship is sweeter just knowing you're near. It's so good to see you. I hope that it's clear. Everyone loves you. We're so glad
you're here. Everyone greet your friends on chat, wave, hug each other here at Casa de Luz. We're so glad that you're here and we welcome you. Let's gather now to do our affirmations. We use affirmations as a tool to create our reality. Affirmation of positive prayer, everyone together.
God is my instant, constant, abundant source of supply. I'm blessed with health, wealth, happiness, wisdom, love, and success.
Let's affirm our vision for our spiritual community together.
With our thoughts, words, and actions, we make a positive difference in Austin, Texas, and in our world.
We now have a congregational song from our wonderful Lissy.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. And heaven and nature sing. And heaven and nature sing. And heaven and nature sing. Joy to the earth.
Chrissy.
Thank you. I love Christmas music.
I'm going to ask Tammy to come up here and say a few words about joy and light the Advent candles.
Okay, thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I'm not going to say too many words about joy now because I'm going to save that for my message. But as the song Joy to the World speaks to, and as hopefully it came through in my opening prayer, joy is within us. It is inside of our hearts. It's not anything that we get from outside of us. So joy is not burning yourself while you're lighting that.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
Yay.
Joy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Missy. So Abraham, through the channeling of inspirational speaker and author Esther Hicks, declares, life is supposed to be fun. No one is taking score of any kind, and if you will stop taking score so much, you will feel a whole lot better. And as you feel a whole lot better, more of the things that you want right now will flow to you. Now, you will never be in a place where you have all of the things that you are wanting in this moment, or then you would be complete. And you never could be. Like, we're always becoming, right? That's not Esther, that's me. You are right on track, right on schedule. Everything is unfolding perfectly. All is really well. Have fun, have fun, have fun. And so in the vein of having fun, I encourage those of you online to have paper and pen. And for those of you in here, there are coloring books and pens and stickers, and you're encouraged to doodle and draw. Studies actually show that we retain more when we're doing that. But the reality is, if you don't get anything out of my message, but you leave here having had a lot of fun, I promise you my feelings will not be hurt. Because joy, first and foremost, is a vibration. It's an experience. It actually can't be taught. Why am I here? No, I will share some thoughts about joy, but it is in fact a vibration. So please, please, please have fun. And share. So if you didn't get one, tear out a coloring page out of your book and hand it to someone who doesn't have it. Share your pins if that's necessary. Thank you. Just awesome. Yay. So Dr. Roger Teal, in his book, This Life is Joy, wrote, there is a mighty rushing river of deep joy at the center of life. Ah, yes, there is also a roller coaster ride of pleasure and pain at the surface of the human experience. Yet transcending this is a joy that is the very effervescence of life itself. Deep joy is an eternal quality of the spirit, what endures. Bless you. That which is ultimately real is God, Spirit, the infinite. And the nature of this all originating one is love, light, truth, wholeness, peace, and joy. Now, the word Advent is derived from the Latin word adventus, which means coming into place, coming into view, coming into being. And the coming into being that we talk about in unity, of course, is the awakening to our own Christ consciousness by embracing our own divine qualities. And so far during this Advent season, we've looked at hope, we've looked at faith, joy, peace, and all of those lead the way and prepare us for the type of joy that Dr. Teal speaks about. This joy is very different from happiness or pleasure. Happiness and pleasure are based on temporal circumstances. Did you know that in the English Standard Version of the Bible, the words joy and rejoice or joyful appear 430 times, whereas the word happy or happiness only appear 10 times. Right?
Yeah.
Wild. Here are just a few passages about joy. Psalm 4:7. You have put more joy in my heart than they have when their grain and wine abound. John 15, verse 11. These things I have spoken to you, that my joy may be in you, and your joy may be full. From Isaiah 55, verse 12. You shall go out in joy and be led back in peace. That mountains and the hills before you shall burst into song, and all the trees of the field shall clap their hands. And John 16, verse 24. Ask and you will receive, so that your joy may be complete. Now, in case you're starting to worry that I'm going to go through all 430 verses of joy, I will stop there. We would be very joyful, huh? But what these passages point to is that eternality of joy. That's the quality that is not of this world, but it's found within us. And I love the passage from Isaiah. You shall go out in joy and be led back in peace. The mountains and the hills before you shall burst into song, and all the trees of the field shall clap their hands. That passage to me points to the idea that when we are in a state of joy, the whole world is celebrating with us. It ripples out and has an effect on the world and all who we come in contact with, not just other people, but mountains, rivers, streams, our furry friends, the hills, the trees. Joy may come from within, but we need each other for its fullness to be complete. Theopedia.com defines joy as a state of mind and an orientation of the heart. It's a settled state of contentment, confidence, and hope. And I would add playfulness, just thus the coloring books. We wear the world loosely, and we find every opportunity to laugh at ourselves and hopefully at the crazy dramas that our ego loves to create and that we love to participate in. Knowing that there is something deeper within us that we can always tap into. Remembering that there is an intelligence of pure love that created all that is, including us. And in my opinion, the only natural response to that is wonder and awe. Joy in the midst of all the circumstances, joy because of our faith, joy because of our commitment to peace, joy born out of unconditional love. There's a poem by Saint Teresa of Avila that speaks to the kind of joy that this Christmas season celebrates, and it's called Laughter Came from Every Brick. Just these two words he spoke changed my life. Enjoy me. What a burden I thought I was to carry a crucifix, as did he. Love once said to me, I know a song. Would you like to hear it? And laughter came from every brick in the street and from every pore in the sky. After a night of prayer, he changed my life when he sang, Enjoy me. Now, Saint Teresa lived in the 1500s, so I think we can forgive her for the use of the male pronoun. We know that she is speaking about that divine intelligence, the ultimate non-binary energy. And it prompts us over and over again, if we are listening, enjoy me. Imagine a life that is dedicated to joy. My wife has dedicated her life to joy. If you've ever met her, she exudes joy.
Yep.
Now, Advent may have come from the word Adventus, but so does the word adventure. Saint Teresa and other mystics are urging us to see life as a grand adventure. In a talk that Eric Butterworth gave called The Supreme Adventure, he says this: at the starting point of all of this is the undisputable fact that you are. In all the world, there is no other person like you. And you are a creative expression of the infinite You are you. You live, you exist, you throb. You are unique and different and wonderful. You are full of wonder. And as Ernest Holmes so wisely advises, let us waste no further time looking for the key to happiness. Already the door is open, and whoever will may enter. So I'm going to ask you to stop coloring for just a moment and close your eyes. And no matter the circumstances of your life or in the world, can you take a moment and find that door? It's wide open. It may help to take that sacred journey of 12 inches from your heads to your hearts. Hopefully you're already there from the coloring you've been doing, the doodling. Allow your breath to rise and fall in your hearts. And see if you can find that open door. See if you can feel a sense of excitement, of enthusiasm in spirit, and step through the door. You might imagine stepping into a bright field of sunshine, flowers all around you. Birds are singing. Or if your place is the beach, hear the ocean rushing to the shore with excitement. Be exhilarated in this moment and breathe. It only takes a moment to center ourselves back in that joy of spirit. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Now, since Advent is also a celebration of the birth of Jesus, seems like we should talk about that extraordinary event. My favorite Christmas movie of all time is an animated film by Sony Pictures. It came out in 2017 called The Star. And it tells, it's now like for the last 3 years, I've watched it every Christmas. It's the movie I will watch every Christmas. And it tells the story of the birth of Jesus through the eyes of the donkey, Bo, who Mary rides into Bethlehem. Now, he doesn't start out as Mary's donkey. He's actually escapes from a mill and he's planning to join the royal caravan. But he meets Mary and he's transformed by her love. Now, I cry at the end of that movie every time. I know it's ridiculous, but I cry every time during the scene where everyone is gathered around the stable. Somehow they managed to capture the wonder and the awe of that moment 2,000 years ago. The star pierces the hatched roof and it illuminates the baby Jesus. And a hush falls over everyone, animals and people alike. Can you imagine the wonder that they felt in that moment? Now, in my research about Advent, I learned that some denominations refer to the candle of joy on the Advent wreath as the candle of Mary. And I think that seems fitting. I mean, Jesus is such a monumental figure in history. He's our way shower. So it's so easy to forget that for Mary, he's her son.
Yeah.
Now imagine being Mary in the moments leading up to that birth. I mean, how many emotions must she have been feeling? Discomfort? Yep. Exhaustion? Anxiety around how she was going to keep her son safe and what was being asked of her? I mean, even if it wasn't Jesus, doesn't every mother feel that?
Yeah.
The wonder at the miracle of new life. I imagine that she had immense gratitude and probably an equal measure of fear for what was being asked of her, for having been chosen. And of course, there was a deep, abiding joy. Can you feel the fullness of that experience for Mary? Now, I know you mothers out there don't have to work very hard, but for the rest of us, we can just draw on almost any life-changing event they're complex. They're full of flavor and richness. And joy is always there along with the whole gamut of emotions that we feel from day to day. We get to choose out of that range where we put our focus. Even in the humdrum experiences of life where we're mindless or maybe even feeling bored, joy is always beckoning to us. Our heart is always quickening us to wake up. So what gets in the way of this authentic joy? Anybody out there lost their joy in the last few days? It happens. And of course, it's not actually lost. We take our focus off of it. Well, grievances, we know those get in the way. Our anger and our upset get in the way. Even chasing our happiness gets in the way because we think it's outside of us, that when we have this or that, or lose a certain amount of pounds, or find the right relationship, well, then we'll be joyful, we'll be happy. And for some of us, joy wasn't safe. So when it arises naturally within us, we can get scared or look for how it's going to be squelched or taken away from us. And in those instances, we get to reparent ourselves around joy and be gentle with ourselves through the process. Because we do need to remember we are 100% spiritual and 100% human. So we have to be kind to that part of us that is human, that thought joy wasn't safe or had that experience. And my heart is with you. I was one of those. I'm a recovering joy person. And we get to navigate together this human experience. Find simple ways to be joyful, like coloring in a coloring book, or looking out at nature, listening to the birds sing. It's always there for us, and it is safe. Dr. David Hawkins gave a lecture titled 101 Ways to Happiness, and I thought I would just share a few of his suggestions. Some of them are silly, some of them are deep. I think they're all valuable. Here's just a few. I promise not all 101. Source is within, not without. Want what you have instead of have what you want, including your own existence. Joie de vivre is independent of events. It is an attitude and a superior style of life. In human life, there is no winning or losing. Celebrate your own existence, the joy of life and helping others. Write down your goals for life. One goal, be happy, no matter what. God's will for you is happiness. Being happy is fulfilling your human potential. I love this one. Happiness is a cat's purr or a dog's wagging tail. Isn't that true? Glass half full or half empty? How about this? It's half full because it's half empty. I really actually love that one. That one is my favorite because it acknowledges that contrast is essential to life and that it's a yes and, not an either or. I mean, how many times? Right. Oh, yeah, you got to have the glass. Otherwise, you'd have a puddle on the floor and a mess to clean up. Give up your skepticism, goodwill regarding all of life. Be gracious to yourself and others. Surrender the need to control. Never easy, but it sure does give you joy, doesn't it? And this one I think is pretty fun too. Let go of being the injustice collector. How many of us love to hold on to those? And finally, dedicate all actions to God. Acknowledge in everything the presence of God. Dr. Roger Teal, in his book, This Life is Joy, reminds us to own and express our genuine happiness. He goes on to say, this is our original and optimal state of being. It is our essence and our natural equilibrium. Joy emerges when we cultivate a deep sense of flourishing and fulfillment, not because something gratifying has come into our experience, but because it is deeply natural. It's who we really are. Practice proclaiming this with every ounce of your being. I am the joy of spirit. Let's all say it together. I am the joy of spirit. There's this song that I love. It's called Unspeakable Joy by Kim English. There's a great version of it that RuPaul does. Fabulous. Now I'm going to share the words, but I'm not going to sing them because I promise you it would not be a joyful noise.
Oh.
I know, Lissy, you should sing it. Anyways, here's the words. Joy, unspeakable joy, because they did not give it, they cannot take it away.
Oh.
People ask me why the supernatural high, seeing only sun when there's a cloudy sky. I know the trouble tries to surround me, but I've been given something greater deep inside of me. I did not get it from any woman or man, and it's okay if they don't always understand. It's very easy to get caught in circumstance. It's even easier to break out in a dance. I love that. Did not get it from any woman or man. That's what we're talking about today. Joy is our divine birthright. And we can allow ourselves to be swept up by this river of joy and let it flow. Even if it isn't showing on the outside, we can feel it, this deep reverence and appreciation for life. So as we all move into this week, into Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, let your joy herald the birth of a new consciousness within you and within the world. Let it spill into every moment of your life. The big moments and the hard moments, the silly moments, the ordinary moments. My wish for you is that you be swept up in joy. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Down yon virgin mother and child.
Thank you, Lissy. So I invite everyone to close their outer eyes if they're comfortable, if you're comfortable, or keep coloring if you want. It's all good. If you want, you can put your left hand on your heart and breathe there in your heart space. Feel the rise and fall of that sacred heart. And the quickening of joy. Imagine the illuminated holy child, the radiance glowing from his face, the radiance glowing from your face, that presence of life and of love in you, just as it is in our elder brother. And watch the waves of various emotions that might be moving through you in this moment. Are you focused on the past or the future, or are you grounded here in this moment? Any and all of that is perfect. You are perfect. And see if you can find that thread of joy that runs through it all. Grateful to be alive. This life is joy. And so I invite you to sit in that energy and that beauty and that grace and breathe in the silence. And as we move through this week and wake up on Christmas morning, may your inner child be so filled to overflowing with joy. And may it spread out to embrace the adult that you are. Feel your inner child hugging you in this moment, thanking you in this moment. And know that you can always be the parent to that inner child and celebrate Christmas with them. Celebrate the joy. Know that it's all okay because we exist within love, the divine intelligence that created all that is, created you in the beginning. What we are is eternal. These bodies, these protective personalities will come and go, but what we are is eternal and is pure joy. Take another breath, breathing in Let it go. Be joyful. Be triumphant. Merry Christmas. Amen. Namaste.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is